Hello! Today I'm going to do another VOD review. So I'm not feeling well, I'm just kind of busy. So a lot of these are off-stream games that I played. We're planning a big stream that I'm just going to play a bunch of TFT soon. Because I'm kind of just trying to figure out the patch. Anyways, so this game, VOD didn't start recording until a little bit later. So it's actually 2.5, so I already took an augment. I took a rolling augment because it looked like nobody was going Cho reroll, and I had an opener where I had a lot of Cassiopeias, and I got dropped a Rek'Sai and a dude, and then I got dropped another Rek'Sai basically. So I had two Rek'Sais, two Cassio, basically natural 4 Cassiopeias, and then I got the other ones. I have another one on bench. So it looked like a very clear cut, oh, I'm just gonna golden ticket and I'm gonna go for it. I'm holding the Samira and I'm just grabbing units. This is just mid-match. We can actually start playing now. Just wanted to explain a little bit the thought process. So in my head I was like, this will be fine, and then it's funny, right when I start recording, so this guy got Stars Are Born and he didn't buy anything in the first round that I scoped, right here. It's not like he natural to Cho. He literally waited and then rolled and then is just deciding, oh, I'm gonna hard force Cho. And it was just so frustrating to see, because I think when he picked Stars Are Born, he just didn't buy anything in shop, right? He just kind of waited till he hit a Cho in shop to buy the Cho. I think he had the Vise maybe. I remember I scouted and I didn't see anybody going Cho. That's why I went golden ticket. It might be my mistake, but it's just so frustrating. Or sorry, silver ticket. I just saw now that it's that one. So I was just really upset and annoyed. But it is what it is. So the problem is he's so far ahead of me. I have 0 Cho. Also, I'm going to try and write neater, because I got a YouTube comment saying that they couldn't read the handwriting. I use it mostly for illustrative purposes. I didn't think anybody was actually reading the notes that I write on screen, but you know what? This one's out to you, YouTube chat. I have 0 Chos, and he has 6 Cho. Do you see the problem with going Cho reroll? Right? I'm not even gaining. I have 0 stacks. Right? 0 nothing, and this guy has 6 Chos. It's not looking good, right? You can force it, right? You can play 2 people can play Cho because there's plenty of Chos to go around, but I'm too far off, and I'm not naturally any, right? I naturaled all these Cassiopeias. As you can see, there's still no Cho guys. It's 2-7, and I haven't hit a single Cho natural in shop. And I'm not gonna roll for it. This guy has Cho 3 already. Do you see when I scroll through it? So I'm I have 0 Cho'Gaths and it's Cho 3, and I took a rolling augment, and this is ridiculous, right? Because that guy just high rolled and I didn't. And you know what? It's okay to be frustrated, and it's okay. Sometimes when I'm live, you'll hear me bitching and screaming, not screaming, but just angry. Sometimes I bang my mouse too. It's not big. It's just because I think that kind of helps. I come from a fighting game community, and a lot of times it's you rage for 2 seconds and then you get back into your best of 3 set, right? You're that character's fucking broken, and it's okay, rematch, right? So it's very short lived, and that's just kind of how I my personality coming through, or just I guess my shit life coming through as well. But what we see here is we have this. I've been holding Darius Cat. I have the Cassiopeias, right? We can't get too frustrated that we didn't hit any Chos. We just don't force Cho anymore, right? We can go reroll Samira, reroll Cassio. I didn't even have to. I naturaled all of these. I'm 50 gold. This looks like a NOXUS game, right? So even though I took golden ticket, what I do is I go Cassio 3. Here's the plan, right? We'll write plan. Cass 3 into Swain. Maybe 3. Level 7/8 for 7 NOXUS. This is our plan now. And this is what we're going to do. So we don't need to, even though we took a rolling augment and we're a bit behind, we kind of just want to get NOXUS in. Want to start getting NOXUS stacks, and if we can, we want to push to level 6. and we want to roll on 6 to get Swain 3 if we feel like it's doable, right? I don't remember exactly in this lobby, but it comes down to like, you know, do other people have Swains? If other people have Swains, then it's not worth it to roll for Swain 3. Instead, we'd rather just like send it for whatever. Here I'm sending it for Cassiopeia, right? So that's why I'm rolling. I'm rolling a little bit beyond 40 because I have golden ticket, so econ is kind of like, or sorry, I have a silver ticket. So econ's a little bit like whatever, and I want to roll on level 4 odds because I just want to guarantee the Cassiopeia. I'm still above 40 gold. It's like -1 gold, but I save so much gold with silver ticket that it's like whatever, right? Here I hit NOXUS crown. That's NOXUS +1, so that means 7 NOXUS equals easy, right? These other ones don't really matter, right? What did I hit, right? If you look back, right, I usually don't like taking spats because it's very forcing, and some spats are good, right? Like the 7 NOXUS one is important because in order to hit 7 NOXUS without the spat, then you need what's his name, Scion. So anytime that you need a 5 cost unit, it's usually good to take the spat instead because it guarantees, right? My other things that I rolled into are stationary support, which might be okay, but it might also grief you. It's like it feels like a 50-50, right? If it's good or not. And then overwhelming force, which I'm not using these, right? Don't need, right? Deathblade, Infinity Edge. I'm not playing units that use those if I'm playing NOXUS, right? I need AP items. You can put them on like Darius. Darius isn't good anymore. You can put them on somebody else, but it's not going to be a NOXUS unit. Scion needs tank items. Swain needs tank items. Mordekaiser needs like attack speed and AP, right? So, and I'm Cassio 3. I'm Samira 1. I'm not playing Samira 3. Anyways, I'm rolling a little bit here. I give her a Sunder Gun because I just want to win out, right? I have 5 NOXUS in, so I just want to make sure I get stacks, right? So I slammed this because, you know, maybe I hit Samira 3. This might be a grief, right? A lot of times I say not to make this because even though it's a really good item, you can't put it on anybody in the NOXUS family other than Samira, right? Like this, like even if I go Azir, right? If I pivot and I go Azir can't wear it, right? Strat can't use it. It's pretty much only Samira, right? So it's kind of it's not the greatest. It's good to make if you're trying to streak though, which is why I made it. Anyways, I'm trying to stay above 30 gold. This last Cassiopeia is hard to find, but I want to hit it early so that, you know, I have good things. Also, I slammed the Archangels because originally I just had like all these Cho items. I had like no Cho items and I just wanted to streak it. For Cassiopeia, I think like Biss is Giant Slayer, Jewel, Gauntlet, and Blue Buff, right? Something like this. The problem is it's like you need AP still, and this is kind of a grief because NOXUS, if you look here, it gives AP, right? It gives AP and AD. So a lot of times you don't really want the stacking AD, but early game this is really strong because you just have so much AD that you're like pretty much almost one-shotting everybody. But that's my logic behind slamming it. Usually you don't slam like the hard AP item because NOXUS gives it to you for free. Also, this guy's going like Demacia and he just has a Fiora and he's like level 6. Right? Like I high rolled this Cassiopeia so I can't complain, but like what the fuck? Anyways, I won. Isn't that funny? Is that funny that I won? So you thought I was going to be bitching and then I wasn't going to win, but you saw I just won. Yeah, that's how strong 5 NOXUS is. That's how strong Cassiopeia is. Cassiopeia is still really good. Hasn't gotten nerfed, hasn't gotten changed much. I'm just grabbing bows. I'm thinking like, you know, RFC is best on Mordekaiser. This is a couple patches ago. Right now it's like kind of the meta is just to play Twisted Fate and just hard force it. I'm skipping a bit ahead to save some time in the video because a lot of these don't really change. Oh, I think I naturaled on Mordekaiser as well. Look. Or did I get on Carousel? No, I just naturaled it, I think. Yeah, I just naturaled it. And actually, the Mordekaiser on 5. That's crazy. Never mind. I can't really complain. This is really high roll. Because with Mordekaiser, I guarantee 7 NOXUS now. Right? Because usually what you'd have to do is you'd have to roll on 7 to get 7 NOXUS. I'm 7 NOXUS on 4-3 before birds. Mordekaiser 1, level 7, 40 gold. Right? So I'm in a very good spot, and I'm not really too concerned about it. This is one thing that I will bitch about, though. I absolutely hate this augment. So for those that don't know, this thing right here, it's called like Predatrice Shackles. And what it does is it makes it so that, I forget the exact number, I think it's like 18% bonus. And then 22% to NOXUS. Right? So what it is, it's like if you have Demacia units, they all gain bonus damage. Right? Similar to like Know Your Enemy, where it just gives like a flat bonus damage. But then if you're fighting against NOXUS, and it's also like mana over 100. Right? If you're fighting a NOXUS, you deal like so much. Deal 22% extra to NOXUS units. Right? It's literally such a grief. Because like I'm playing like, can we look at this game? Like look at me trying to like weave my way in this game. I take golden ticket. I took you out of my bow as well just to give me the bow and the attack speed because it's good for Mordekaisers. And I needed a combat because I have no combat, right? So I took like rolling, crown, so I wanted a combat augment because it will help me. And NOXUS doesn't give attack speed. So NOXUS is giving me all the other stats and then this gives me attack speed, so it's like pretty good to take. Anyway, that's my logic. Look at me. I'm going Cho because I get golden ticket and a bruiser opener with a Cassio. So I'm like, oh, I'm just going to play Cho'Gath. Then I get fucking hard forced out of it because the guy high rolls with it. Like he picks like Stars Are Born and then he gets like Cho 3 on stage 2. Like the earliest Cho'Gath I've ever seen in my life. So I try and salvage it by pivoting NOXUS because I have these Cassiopeias. I pivot NOXUS and this guy gains a trait that gives you bonus damage to NOXUS. It's so frustrating. I hate this trait. I hate this trait because this is like a competitive game. I'm at like maybe not, maybe you can argue competitive, but it's like there's a ranking system with a ranked leaderboard. The amount of times I end up playing NOXUS and then some guy is like hard forcing Demacia and then third augment takes Predatrice. He just naturals into this, right? Which is fine, right? I think that's fine, but it's like I'm stuck playing NOXUS. I can't pivot off NOXUS, so now I just have a bad matchup for the rest of the game. Like imagine if you were playing Valorant and because of lore reasons, every time Killjoy shot Raze took less damage because they're in love or some shit. That's what this feels like. I hate it. It's like because of lore reasons, now my team is griefed permanently for the game and I have a bad matchup. It's like why, like if you're gonna do it for like funny lore, like cool, that's cute. It's like make it smaller. Don't make it so massive. 22 is a lot. Know Your Enemy, it's like at max is like 18% and that's considered a broken augment. And it's not like this guy is like, oh, he has to play Demacia though. He was playing Demacia anyways. Look at his traits. He took Demacia crown. Right? That shit should be offered like stage 1 at most. So it's like at least like the downside is that you have to force Demacia. It's like the guy already has a Demacia board. It's like, oh, I guess I just win the game against the NOXUS guy. I hate it. I hate it so much. Anyways, I'm doing well. I have high health. That bitch over, right? I just wanted to complain about that. I complain about it a lot. I have another video on this channel where I lost to a guy with Predatrice. Anyways. So I have high health. I have high gold. I can push level 8, which is what I'm going to do. That's why I'm not rolling, right? I don't have a Mordekaiser pair. If I had a Mordekaiser pair, you'd roll for the Mordekaiser because it makes you like really strong. I don't have any items for it and I have this lesser duplicator. That's why I'm holding the Samira because maybe I can use it on the Samira. That's like my logic at least. I have this Aatrox that I high rolled as well. I just gave him a NOXUS emblem. Maybe not the best thing to give it to him because, how do I phrase it? NOXUS emblem kind of gives him stats and you want him to die early so that he can kind of like give his buff to other people. Anyways, my board on 8 is still going to be 7 NOXUS, but I'm probably just going to put in Jarvan for strategist. It gives some extra AP and stuff. I don't need it, but it's like, Jarvan's just nice to have in because of stun. So he gives like a couple synergies plus stun. It's like, you can't really go wrong. I think preferably I'd probably want like more frontline because my Cassio is my main carry and she doesn't really attack that fast. So like, you know, if I like a Nasus, that would be really good. But anyways, I'm kind of just steamrolling a little bit because I have my full NOXUS stacks and this Casio is kind of broken. And a lot of people haven't hit yet, right? So like I hit kind of early and I'm kind of just coasting. A lot of people are like, you can see them now, they're like starting to like send it. And you'll see it in the next stages. So while they send it, I'm probably going to go 8. I'm trying to make it so that I can have enough gold to like fully roll on 8, right? That's my logic at least. I'm trying to pick items from Mordekaiser. The best thing to give him is an RFC, but I don't have it. I think I grabbed Spark here just because I have double AP. A Jinsu's is really good. Like, I think Mordekaiser Bis is RFC times 2, and then Jinsu's Rage Blade times 1, right? So I could have got a Jinsu's for this guy, but in my head, I was like, my Casio is still one of my important carries. So I want to, I just want to have a Spark because I don't really have tank items. I don't really have frontline items. So I just want, this does more damage. Casio does more damage. It's like good for this, good for this, good for this. It's like, all right, we're fine, right? It's a decent item. I could slam Crown Guard. Here I just level, right? I still have like golden, I still have silver ticket value. So I don't need to be like max econ to roll. I'm thinking like, do I put in Ari? Do I put in Jarvan? I end up putting in Jarvan just because I'd rather have stun. Mordekaiser paired now, so I might just send it for Mordekaiser. Nashor's Tooth is good. I give him a Crown Guard. I'm kind of just making do with what I have. You really want attack speed on Mordekaiser. He gains so many stats. Like when he, like his passive ability, like his ability, basically like he absorbs a bunch of stats and health and whatever. And then plus NOXUS. It's like you don't really need to stack AP items on him. Also, like some people used to put Jewel Gauntlet on him. I think it's bugged. Don't put Jewel Gauntlet on him. I don't think they fixed it. It's like when he like grows, it like stops working or some shit. So, yeah. Anyways, I hit the Mordekaiser 2 after some rolling. I'm win streaking here, and I'm just going. So in my head, I'm just like, one of the most important things. If you're like Diamond. If you're not in Diamond, right, then you probably shouldn't be watching this video because, like, I don't think you can learn much from me because I'm only in Diamond. But if you want to get to Diamond, one of the most important questions, one of the most important things you can ask yourself is 8 or 9, right? So you have to think to yourself, what is better? Is it better to keep my board and roll for something, or do I go 9, right? And you have to make this decision as early as possible, right? Because look at me, I almost at Swain 3. There's a Swain here, right? I can upgrade this Aatrox. I have Aatrox 2. I can roll for Mordekaiser. I'm uncontested Mordekaiser. I can roll for Jarvan, right? And you have to look at your health and the lobby health. You have to decide, am I just gonna hard econ and save to go 9, or am I gonna spend my econ to try and upgrade my board? Obviously, you can just try and like stay at 50 and you can go 9. But if nothing goes in, like what am I putting in here? Right? Like what am I putting in? Right? I don't want to drop off 7 NOXUS because I have Mordekaiser Casio, and I don't think that I can reasonably switch off of these unless I go for like RE2 and like a full 5 cost board. Right? I can maybe switch this guy into Bel'Veth 2 because NOXUS Bel'Veth plus like if I have items for Bel'Veth. But like I can do like, you know, but like who am I gonna put in an Invoker? It's Ixtal, I don't know what you call this, Ixtal Rise, which is pretty good. I can put in a Rogue. It's like that's no good. I can put in a Shurima. That's not very good. Put in a Sork. That's not very good, right? Like compared to like having like upgraded Swain, upgraded Jarvan, right? So in my head, I'm thinking like I should probably stay 8 here because I don't really have a reason to go 9. I don't have a big reason, right? Look, Lesser Duplicator, boom, Swain 3. Now I'm rolling for less, right? Because I also I kind of naturaled the Swain. Like as I was rolling, I just kind of picked him up, but I think that's because not many people had him. Also, look, guess who I'm playing against? This guy. Isn't that wonderful? Look at my units just get deleted because of lore reasons. I think I still might win, but yeah, I think I still win this. Right, I have super high roll, right, compared to this guy. So I'm still managing to win because, like, my Swain's unkillable. I think, spoiler alert, this guy won't be too much of a problem, but it is just frustrating that this exists because this game was very high roll. Also, look at this, chat. Can we take a second to look at this? So this is a lesson to everybody in the game. This is a separate lesson. You see this, and you see the guy in first. That's me, right? What am I playing? NOXUS, right? Look at these items. Are any of these more important than giving me 9 NOXUS? Anyways, you can see how bad my lobby is. This is how you know that I'm in piss low. I think my MR is shot and I'm just in plat lobbies. Cause look at these guys. Is anybody even considering it? There's a guy who has a Fiora. Like what? Like what are they doing? I guess they're all low health, so they're thinking like, oh, it doesn't matter, right? You should deny that to the person. Like what? I just got it for free. I guess these people are like, you know, I think it comes down to this guy mostly, because this guy has a chance of winning. He's at 30 health, right? I can understand these guys that they're like 1 HP. They're like, I just need a strong item to squeak out my top 4. Who cares if this guy wins or not? But like, this guy's at 30 health. Like, he can survive 1 or 2 combats. Again, he's like 3 lives maybe, right? And he's pretty strong, right? You should deny that. Anyways, I'm 8 NOXUS now. All I need is a Scion. So remember that like conversation of 8 or 9? It is 100% a 9 now. I'm 50 gold. I'm 75 health. I sack until I hit 9, and then on 9 I put in a Scion and I'm 9 NOXUS, and it should be a guaranteed first. If only there wasn't a guy who like had a trait that hard countered me. So anyways, this guy, did he hit a Demacia +1 some? I forget where. Oh yeah, he has dedication, right? So he has Demacia +2. So he's rushing 9 as well, which sucks for me because it's gonna be 9 Demacia versus 9 NOXUS, but this guy has a trait that hard counters me. So I'm like, whatever. I'm gonna have to, I just get a set, even though I high roll this game really hard, I just get a second because the game decided for lore reasons I get second. Or that's how I feel. Spoiler, it's gonna go good for me, it's okay. I'm kind of just doing it for the YouTube video because I think that it's like more entertaining if I kind of like weave a little bit of this storyline. But you know, there's ways to play around it. It's not as bad as I make it sound. I think it's just like annoying game design, right? I think out of all the traits, I think it's one of the most annoying to run into. Okay, so I get an item. It's the Zixtol one, so like you gain like bonus items, which is how I got some of these high roll spots. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Chalice, give all of these guys ability power because Chalice hits 2 on every side. I went 9. I'm rolling. I'm looking for Scion. I didn't put it in because I'm too slow and I'm incapable. Is this guy 9 yet? I couldn't tell. Yeah, he went 9. Oh yeah, wait. This guy's the one that's low health. Okay, pause. Okay, this guy's low health. I thought I got my guys mixed up. I thought this guy was the Demacia guy. This guy's the Demacia guy. He should have denied. Right? Back on Carousel, if he denied NOXUS, like what? Why didn't he deny NOXUS? Like what? He could have also grabbed the Fiora and go for Fiora 3. Like, you know, he's high everything. Anyways, look, now he's starting to beat me because he's 9 Demacia and he's 2-starred everybody. So now it's getting kind of bad for me, which kind of sucks, right? So as you can see, my first loss, and it's not even close, right? I didn't have 9 NOXUS in, but like it's not going to be much better. He can still cap out. Like he's just got Jarvan 2 now. So I'm scouting. I'm kind of looking around. And here's a part where this is why you never like FF or like give up or stuff. Like you should always try and still optimize, right? So for me, it's like I gave this guy a Shiv because I just didn't have a Mordekaiser item. I'm trying to like swap items onto somebody else because Samira is kind of useless. I'm giving Aatrox Giga items because and this anti-stun because I want my Jarvan to not get stunned by the other guy's Jarvan because I don't have a mana item. I want him to cast, and I want my Aatrox because it's Aatrox 2. I want him to do some work on the enemy team. But anyways, it's me against the Demacia guy, which kind of sucks. I don't need Spat. I don't need Spat, and Spat doesn't help him. There's nothing here that I need to deny him for, but there's also nothing for me. So I'm just grabbing the Scion because I'm trying to hit Scion too. I'm hoping that I have enough CC that I can like interrupt his damage enough so that I can win. Right, I'm trying to contemplate, like, do I want to go Gangplank 2 instead of Aatrox or something? Like, look at this, he also has, because he has the Demacia +1s, he also has, the Nefari for Challenger and, Darken 2. Anyways, I hit Scion 2. We should watch these last couple fights, just because, like, you'll see kind of how it goes. I put Tear on him, because it's alright. I'm trying to, like, find a way of positioning. So if we look at it, we can like watch this kind of like a case study to kind of try and identify a win con even in a very like quote-unquote unwinnable situation, right? So me, it's like I'm noticing that this Aatrox is sinking. I'm sinking most of my Cassio damage into this Aatrox, which isn't that great because even when I kill Aatrox, it doesn't actually do anything but makes this team stronger, right? Preferably, it'd be better if I sunk my damage into anybody but Aatrox, right? Because it doesn't matter if Aatrox is the last person standing, because that's actually better than having Aatrox die first and then respawn. It's like you gain less value on Aatrox if you leave him alive for longer. And it's not like he has a Titans or something where you have to like reset it or get rid of it. So I'm trying to find a way that I can position my Cassio to not be hitting his Aatrox, right? Because my Cassio is like, it's still most of my damage, right? Or a good chunk of my damage between the Cassio and the Mordekaiser. So I put my Cassio back. I'm just trying to like shuffle because I'm trying to get him to move stuff. He puts his Aatrox slightly in the back now. I don't know what he's doing, right? So now I'm not targeting the Aatrox. And you'll see that, look, first I killed the Nefari, which is almost as bad as targeting the Aatrox, right? But my Mordekaiser is doing work on the rest of his team because Mordekaiser is just stealing stats and doing really well, right? And then my Aatrox is here. It's a little bit closer, right? Like if you look at the health, right? It's only these two shitters that are left, and it's just this guy, right? If I can actually place my Cassio in a better spot, if I can place my main damage in a better spot, these three are my main damage. So as you can see, I'm trying to center my Cassio now because I'm thinking to myself, if I just kill somebody other than sinking damage into Aatrox, I might win it. And that guy should be thinking the same thing. He should be thinking like, I should frontline, like almost like solo frontline the Aatrox, because the Aatrox just does so much damage, and if he kills a unit, that's great, and if he doesn't, you at least have a chance of like, you know, passing the buffs on to people. It's like who cares if the Aatrox is last alive, right? So now I'm just rolling. I'm like, maybe I hit like a 3-cost Mordekaiser or something, 3-star Mordekaiser, right? Because I don't really have much to do, and it's like I'm dead in 1 or 2 turns anyway, so I don't want to leave my rolling till the last turn. I'd rather do my rolling now, right? It's less efficient because I could econ a little bit, but it's like, you know, whatever. It might also be good to have like tank items on Scion. Okay, I don't know why I cornered both of them. I cornered both of them. I think this was just me, like, I'm trying to trip him out more so than not. My Mordekaiser, this is like the worst positioning ever. My Mordekaiser walks all the way around. But anyways, I don't know what happened here. Because look at this shit. It's not even like close. Right? I don't even know how. Because I was sinking damage into Aatrox and I thought that was my lose con. I feel like I RNG'd this. But look at what happens. So I think it's because my Mordekaiser just lived forever. Because my Mordekaiser didn't take any damage, he came in late and just swept everybody. Right? Because my Cassio is just attacking this Aatrox still, but my Mordekaiser killed everybody first. So it's like, I thought my win con was like move the Casio and like try and fix it. And I kept like moving my Casio on this side and then trying to swap it. Because I saw him like moving shit around. And I was like trying to like debate and figure it out. Maybe I was just lost, right? But like, look, because my Mordekaiser just lives forever, I make him do like the Tour de France. Nobody's targeting him. And then he just like kills this guy, goes infinite. Right? And also my Aatrox positioning I think was better, right? Because look, my Aatrox like dies into my Mordekaiser, I think, because my Aatrox is on the far left and then my Mordekaiser walks there. So then, you know. And my Scion also did Giga. My Scion went Giga because he stunned across this way, which basically like stopped all damage for a couple seconds. But anyways, this guy didn't even high roll. If he had like Kale 3, Quinn 3, right? If he had like other units, like I'd probably lose that for sure. Oh, sorry, this wasn't the one I won. I mean this one, right? Right? See, like, because my dude's living forever, I'm able to just kill off all his units with my Mordekaiser, because Mordekaiser is good. But anyways, that's the game. So I got my first. Don't look at this as like, see, Predatroice is okay. It's like, nah, it's like I kind of high rolled, right? I really high rolled this game. I also high rolled the emblem, high rolled everything. But yeah, that's the game. 9 NOXUS game. Super fun. I love playing NOXUS because it's super flexible. And I'm just happy that, you know, the guy that forced me out of Bruiser went 6th because I was going to have a nice Cho game. And you know what? That's why you pivot, right? That's why you don't tilt stay in your same comp. You pivot. You play what the board gives you. You try and make the best out of the worst situations. And you try and maximize your elo. Right? Because if you high roll, like you high roll one thing, right? If I was like forcing Cho, you know, I Giga low rolled Cho, but in trying to find Chos, I Giga high rolled NOXUS. So that's why you send it. Right? Alright. Hopefully the writing was better this time.